So Black Country New Road have dropped their brilliant new album Forever Howlong, and let me make it very, very, very clear, I really like it. But it is a world away from the first two albums and the band that I personally fell in love with. Now, any band in history who loses their lead singer is always naturally going to have a sound change, but Issac Wood is one of a kind, and although Black Country New Road haven't replaced him as such, this band is now very, very different to what it was. Today, we're going to be talking about if Black Country New Road should have changed their name after Issac left. But shall we start before the start of Black Country New Road? So once upon a time there was a band named Nervous Conditions, and they're the band in the photo that you see right now, and it had every single member except one of Black Country New Road in it, and they had a really similar sound to what Black Country New Road eventually became, but Issac was the guitarist rather than the singer. Now, Nervous Conditions had a different vocalist who didn't go on to join Black Country New Road due to some sexual assault allegations that I'm not going to go into, but due to these allegations against that frontman, Nervous Conditions split and they never released their finished and recorded album. So that's when Black Country New Road was formed. These guys added Luke on guitar and Issac became the lead singer. Now I feel all of this is really important because these guys had already lost their singer once, they'd already shelved music and they'd already started again before. Now obviously the circumstances between the Nervous Conditions lead singer and the way that Issac eventually left Black Country New Road couldn't be more different, but before I even start my debate on if Black Country should have changed their name after Issac left, consider the fact that really they'd already done that. They'd already totally started again once before, and would you want to do that for a second time? Now, we basically all know what happened next, but in summary, Black Country New Road dropped their debut album for the first time, which is absolutely bloody brilliant, and then they recorded their second album, Ants From Up There, with Sergio Mazzachetsko, who I interviewed on this channel a few months ago. Then, roughly a week before dropping their definitive, probably album of the decade, Ants From Up There, Issac left the band due to mental health struggles, and I will attach his and the band's statements quickly now. The album still came out as planned, and it went on to become a critical and fan favourite, and the lyrics on the album will define and inspire a generation forever. Sadly though, but of course understandably, the album was never toured and played live properly due to Issac leaving, which I think is a real shame, as I reckon the album would have sounded amazing in a live capacity. They did play a lot of the songs live before the album came out, but never after the record was released, which is kinda crazy, but I guess somewhat adds to the album's mystique. Not to be deterred though, and as they mentioned in their statement, the rest of the band reconvened and a year later dropped the OK live album, Live at Bushel. I'm sorry guys, I do really like that Bushel album, and I actually saw them play those songs live at Glastonbury. In In my opinion though, it's their weakest project by far, and it's nowhere near as good as their 3 actual albums. But massive respect to the guys for getting something good out and actually touring it so quickly after Isaac left. Now, part of the reason these Bushel songs came out so quickly is because the band wanted to get back out and tour, but they refused to play songs from their first 2 actual albums, which I personally really do agree with. Those songs and those lyrics are far too personal to Isaac, and no one else should be performing or singing them. Massive respect to the band for saying that no, they're not going to go out and play the songs that actually made them popular, purely out of respect for Isaac. But at this point, we have a band who are understandably, and in my opinion correctly, refusing to play any of their old stuff, which actually got them popular. They've lost their frontman, and they've changed their sound incredibly substantially. So, is this still even Black Country New Road?
How the hell can it be the same bloody broom then?
Well, here's a picture of it. What more proof do you need?
And whilst I was making this video, I was actually reminded of something that Sergio had said to me during the interview that we did together.
Yeah, and it's so many changes between the second album and this one as well. You know, like, it's not the same band either. It's not the same sound at all.
Totally different singer as well, obviously.
Yeah, it's not even the same band for me.
And have you heard any of the album free stuff?
No, at all.
Not at
I
all?
don't hear nothing. I saw them a couple of times live. Reserve my opinion on that.
So I think if there was someone that had never heard Black Country New Road, and I showed you those first 2 albums, and then I showed you Bushel and Forever Howlong, I honestly think that person would say, well, album 1 and 2 are the same band, but is 3 and 4 like a side project or something different? It is just so vastly different to the first 2 albums and the band that I personally fell in love with. And listen, I love it when bands show growth. When they mix it up and they do something new, I'm all about that. But I'm not sure this is even the same thing anymore. And although it's had great reviews, will Forever Howlong have been even better received under a totally new band name? Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer! Sorry about that, I just need to put another disclaimer in here. I really do love Forever Howlong. I'm not shitting on it in any single way. It's a great record. This is just a fun little discussion that I think maybe we should all have together. I just think for myself, and many others, this album would have been a lot easier to accept had it been under a different name, and I probably would have been a lot more excited about it as well. The sound change is just so drastic, and yes, elements of the music is similar, but overall I find it a lot tamer, less progressive, and it has a lot less crescendos at the end of the music. The massive moments at the end of the songs just aren't the same. For me, Black Country New Road are now the same band in name only. So to be honest guys, I'm really conflicted. I totally get why they wouldn't want to restart again. I wouldn't. They would lose all their popularity and momentum that they'd gained, and they'd be starting again for a second time. But at the same time, this is just not the same band anymore. They have totally different vocalists, they don't play any of their old music live, and the sound has changed massively. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a selfish part of me that hopes Isaac might return someday, and we might get those first 2 albums played live, or even a 3rd album with Isaac. But the single most important thing is that Isaac himself made the choice that works best for him and his life. I hope he's okay, and the music is just not important in comparison to Isaac's health. So what's happened here, guys, is I've asked you a question that I personally can't even bloody answer. But let me know what you all think in the comments. Am I being stupid? Does this even matter? Who knows? This is just music chat. We love you, Black Country New Road. We love you, Isaac. Thank you for all the music, and go and listen to Forever Howlong. It is a bloody brilliant record. Should I put another disclaimer here? Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer! Did you actually get to the end of this video? Jesus Christ, even I have a hard time finishing them, and I bloody make them. Was I trying to be funny again?
You're not funny and nobody likes you.
This is the Gig Nerd, asking you, did I make you laugh even once in this video?
No!
Did you find my video interesting at all?
Interesting.
Do you want to see more music content from me? Please say yes, I'm desperate, come on. If so, then please hit subscribe to my channel. It really does help, a lot more than you think. I'm just a newcomer trying to navigate this strange world of YouTube while trying to remain true to myself. But more than anything, I genuinely hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe I was able to put a smile on your face.
You serious?
And I'm honestly sorry if I've insulted your favourite band. I probably didn't mean it. Well, actually, what am I talking about? I definitely meant it.
Tell them I hate them.
So hit that bloody subscribe button before I throw vinyls at you like that scene in Shaun of the Dead.
Okay, dire straits. Throw it. Oh, Stone Roses. No. Second Coming. I like it. Sade.
Take care, guys. Thank you as always for watching. I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Look after yourselves. Have a good one. Take care.